that I call Get Stocks. So the detailed tutorials talk about the methodology plus getting started, downloading, installing, configuring, and using a spreadsheet application I call Get Stocks. Acceptable, they send me an email and I will send you the access code that allows you to access the protected portion of my website where you can download the OpenOffice examples 1 and 6, as well as the Get Stocks master library that is needed to run the application efficiently. This is what the download page looks like. Terms and conditions, install and use, rich text formatted files, the Get Stocks buttons, it's called a navigation pad, as well as the master library and the example file that includes all the necessary information you need to run my Get Stocks application. And this is the PayPal linked web page that you would pay off of. Once you open Get Stocks, it looks something like this. I have a detailed TIFF file, basically a chart that describes all the entry points where you add the stock information about the stocks you own, basically the date purchased, the amount purchased, and going to zoom in so you can see this a little better. The date purchased, which stocks have the highest dividends. If the dividend is over 4%, you'll see those in bold blue print. There's also a series of details shown about the gain or loss since first purchased, the percent gain or loss since bought or first watched, and also the percent gain or loss per year, which it's yellow, meaning be aware of the fact that if you were to own the stock for over a year, it would have to gain 20% or more in that year to be basically, if it were to gain at the same rate it's gained since you've purchased it. Apple Computer is basically the most productive stock known today into the stock market. It's basically, since I bought it in May of 2005, it has averaged 58% per year. But most stocks can't maintain anywhere near that kind of a growth rate. In the chemical manufacturing arena, basically the stocks that I watch are Apple Computer, EMC, HP Compact, and Dell. In the chemical industry, DuPont, Dow, EMN, and KWR. You can see that DuPont right now, since I purchased stock in that particular company on 5/20/2010, has increased by 82%. So this is the reason why there's taupe or a light red is that you should be aware that you can probably sell this stock or a good portion of it now and buy it back later, because it's never going to continue this rate of growth of 82% on a yearly basis. So let's just zoom out a little bit here and continue. Get Stocks has 4 quadrants associated with its use. And I'm not going to go into all of the detail about every one of these sheets. Basically, what I want you to understand is that my advanced highly specific tutorials will help you if you really are interested in using this approach to being a more confident, less fearful investor. The navigation pad shows you all of the things that are automated. Basically processing, which automatically downloads the stock information and processes it. Create PDF files so that, and if you use a media server like Orb on your mobile device and on your computer, you can basically view the PDF files that this generates anytime, anywhere. From like an Orb media server. The hide 3-day, show 3-day, hide 3-day are controlled by these two buttons. Hide header, show header allows more or less details to be shown in the header. And an auto processing toggle, when you click this, it turns the toggle, the automatic processing on and off so that if used with a task scheduler on a PC or with Apple Scripts and iCalendar on a Macintosh, you can automate the whole process so you don't have to click this process button each day or click the PDF button and save button each day. They're automatically done whether you're sitting in front of your computer or not. So you can monitor everything that's happening, but you don't have to carry your computer around with you. You can view all that information in PDF file format on your mobile device, like an iPod Touch, an iPhone, or a Droid running the Android, Google Android operating system. So in summary, everyone should be aware that investing in the stock market involves risk. I believe that the Stockwatch automation methodology and the supporting spreadsheet applications have allowed me to invest with more confidence and less fear, and I believe they can do the same for anyone willing to invest the time in understanding the technique and investing with wisdom and applied common sense. The third part of my detailed tutorial involves, again, just talking a little bit more about the methodology and the GetStocks application. The 1-day data, 3-day data, and then there's a calculation tab that actually combines both 1- and 3-day data so you can see them both at the same time. We talked about the navigation and processing pad, and basically we talked a little bit about the color coding, and this is a little bit more about the directory path is for a Macintosh would be users, user, documents, Orb, and GS6, and then what's appended after GS6 is either the sector page or the calc page that generates the PDF files. So this directory path just says where that directory is and what the first part of the name should be. You can change this. For a PC, it would be C:/ users, user, documents, Orb, and GS6. You basically enter information in where it says user modified area, and this is how the spreadsheet looks if you're using it on a Windows-based machine. Again, I'll move back to here. It's very similar whether you're on the Mac operating system or the Windows operating system. This is the spreadsheet when it has several menu bars added to it. The auto process toggle, when you click it once, it says AP off. If you click it again, it'll say AP on, and that's what's used to automate the entire process. I talked about Apple scripts, which are also included in the protected part of my website after you pay the fee. Basically showing you how to set up an Apple script for both opening the GetStocks application and closing the OpenOffice.org application, and how you would use it in conjunction with iCalendar, such that an alarm can be set to run an Apple script, or an alarm can be set. In this case, I set it at 6:30 to 6:31, and then the next alarm to close the application I set from 6:31 to 6:32. And if you were on a Windows-based machine, you'd go to your control panel to Task Scheduler, and you'd create a basic task and specify the date and time. And then each day at that particular time, it would run this task that would launch the GetStocks application or close the OpenOffice.org application. Just some of the tabs associated with the application are summary. This is the sales tab. You put in all of the stocks that you have bought into, and then when you sell them, you specify the date sold and what you paid for them, so it can tell you what the gain or loss was, and it adds up the funds you have available to buy other stocks. This is the sector tab, which shows all the sectors and all the stocks, and tells you if it's a plus 2 day, meaning that there's been 2 days of rise with at least 1 day of above average volume. And you should be aware that if this happens one more day, that it'll be a buy. And then there are some sectors here that are buy sectors for gold and for food stores on this particular day. And there's the color coding on the calc page, which basically tells you blue for which stocks have a 4% or higher dividend, and which stocks you should be aware of that have shown gains higher than can be sustainable for an entire year. And then the 1 day data is shown above the 3 day data, so at a glance you can see, you can actually check if the calculations are being done the way you think they should be done, and what sectors on which days are buys and which ones are sells. So basically, oh yes, there's also a button here called Web, and when you click on it, it takes all the stocks that you're currently watching, goes out to Yahoo Finance, and shows you a 1 day chart of how the stock has done that particular day. And I've also created some comparison charts. This is the comparison for Apple Computer, which shows you how Apple, EMC, HP Compact, and Dell have compared to one another. You can see how they track one another fairly well, but of course Apple has done much better than any of the other computer maker stocks, having a 40 to 60% gain at the present time. This is just a little more detailed description of what the calc page is all about. And in summary, everyone should be aware that investing in the stock market involves risk. I believe that Stockwatch automation methodology and the supporting spreadsheet application called GetStocks have allowed me to invest with more confidence and less fear, and I believe they can do the same for you. So I hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day. And for a live action view, watch the Stockwatch automation installation use video that I've prepared. Have a great day.